Hello and welcome to another episode of the Lekker podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you'll enjoy this episode also. It's been a minute. I'm recording this podcast a little bit later than normal, but we'll get to all of that in a bit. I really hope that you will like this episode. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and supporting me. And thank you so much to all of you for the support, love, likes, comments on my previous episode and all the other episodes as well. It really is so much appreciated. So I'm having a cup of coffee because I need to be properly awake. And I'm actually recording this quite late. It's mid-afternoon and I slept in, so that was quite nice. So there's a lot of things to talk about because I have finished objects, I have new works in progress, I have gifts, I have acquisitions, I have pattern designs. There's going to be a great video at the end of this episode. So yeah, let's talk about news. But before we do that, maybe let me just talk about my sweater that I'm wearing. I'm wearing the flax sweater from TIC TAC Knits. It was my first sweater that I have knitted. I used African Expressions Harmony, if I remember correctly. It's a worsted weight yarn. And you could probably see all the thingies. I don't know what you call it now in English. But I'm wearing this sweater a lot, especially here in Bloemfontein, South Africa. It's quite cold in the winter, and this is the perfect sweater. It really is so cozy and warm. I love it to bits. So I'm wearing this, but you can see I made a few mistakes, and it's fine. It's giving me joy. It's giving me the comfort that I need and the warmth that I need. So I don't mind, and I'm proud of it. It's my first sweater. So that's what I'm wearing. So I saw you last 4 weeks ago. Normally I try to record every 3 weeks, every third weekend, but that was unfortunately not the case. I was not able to do so last weekend. So I started the month of July with my birthday on the 7th. I turned 41 years old. Thank you so much for all your love and comments on Instagram and Facebook. It's really so much appreciated. I had a lovely day. I took the day off from work, which is a great idea, people. You need to do that when you have your birthday. It's so nice. And we were just hanging around at home. I can't even remember. We were just at home and we ate nice food and we got a cake. So that was quite nice. And then that weekend, I had a visit at Anna Patat's yarn boutique, yarn and crochet boutique. I think that's the full name. But Anna Patat in Paris, here in Free State, her shop. And I also got to meet then Kerry from Yellow Cottage Yarn, also at the venue, and my friend came from Joburg, Edith, and it was such a lovely morning spent at Anna Patat's shop. If you've not been around, or maybe you're close to Paris and it's even for a weekend visit, Paris from Joburg is not very far away. So I will really highly recommend you to go and visit Anna's shop, Anna Patat in Paris. It's an awesome shop. I took a lot of footage, and so all of that will be at the end of this episode. So you please watch up until the end and watch the footage I took from Anna Patat's shop. She is so vibrant, a vibrant person. Full of ideas. Her shop is beautiful. She knows how to style the look of yarns and projects and already made items. And then it was also amazing to meet Kerry from Yellow Cottage Yarn. We had a blast. We were all sitting around a table with cake and coffee and crocheting away or knitting away, and then customers will come in. There was one couple, the lady actually wanted yarn and a crochet hook, and the husband was even more amused and more intrigued than his wife. He wanted to just join us at the table because we had such a good laugh. We were laughing all the time, having a great time. So I think he was thinking about starting to crochet on it to just join the table. It was really a lot of fun. So watch that at the end of the episode. Anna, it was great meeting you and Kerry. Oh, we had a lovely time. Thank you for having us. Then, yeah, life was just busy at work. What else can I tell you? I was busy with a lot of designs, and then last week, Friday, I had to go for a small surgery. Maybe it's not really that small, but it's not a big surgery. Everything is fine, nothing serious, nothing is wrong. It's just stuff that needed to be done, and it went well. So I couldn't record last weekend because it's an operation in my abdomen area, and yeah, so I was really very slow. I was like a very slow sloth the past weekend. Then I progressed into the fastest sloth, then into turtle mode, and now I am really much more able to move around. I don't have much pain. I think the last pain tablet I drank was on Friday or Thursday, and I'm recording this on a Sunday. And so yeah, I couldn't really bend over, and I'm still taking it very slow. I'm only going back to work on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and yeah, so I'm feeling so much better. I made an Instagram story to tell you that I'm not going to be able to record last weekend, so thank you so much for all of you who have responded and have been so kind and understanding, and you know, just wishing me a speedy recovery. Thank you so much. So that was that. It feels like I'm missing something, but you see, I didn't make any notes this time around. All right, but let's dive into finished objects. All right, so the first finished object I have is the Muscle Burra beanie or hat from TIC. I made this for myself. This is nobody's than mine. So you have an option to wear it like, you know, having it a bit slouchy, or you can fold the brim, right, to create a doubled layered, in fact, it's actually 4 layers of fabric over your ears like this. So you will see I did something with this beanie. I used the yarn of Knotty Habit, the speckled clusters, and oh my goodness, I am in love with this yarn. I can't wait to make socks with the leftover yarns. So I used the speckled clusters. It is a fingering 3-ply superwash merino, 75% merino, 25% nylon. And yeah, and I've got 2 colorways here. The one is KSKP and the other one is KSKI. KSKP, KSKI, I think is that one, and KP. Now I am so sorry, but I can't remember which one is which one on the beanie. So the whole thing about this beanie is that it is basically a tube like this. So I made it deliberately into 2 colors so that I can wear it either the purple clusters or this gray clusters, right? And then you just pop the one side into the other side. Let me do that. Now my hands doesn't want to cooperate properly. Haha. Alrighty. And then you have a double layered beanie. So when I move the brim over, that is the peak of the inner side of the beanie. And I really love this pattern. The only not even difficult part is when you start and when you finish off. The rest is just mindless. knitting, 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 knitting in the round. So it's a project that I like to do when I don't need to concentrate. So I'm going to make another Wasselbure for my daughter using the neons in my stash, but that's going to be a little bit later. There's a few other projects that needs to be done. So that is that one. Yes, I love this project. It's a great beanie pattern. Then oopsie daisy. Then I made gloves yet again. I'm a big fan of this pattern, but I'm not doing the intricate details of this pattern. It's Itsy Klein's Knot gloves, and my sister asked for a pair of gloves, and she chose the yarn from Cowgirl Blues, the Merino Twist. This is the 9-5 colorway, and the knot gloves is beautiful. It has this detailed cable work over the back of your hand, and but I didn't do it with this gloves. I just love this. I think she chose this colorway deliberately because it has speckles of all types of colors, so it will probably work with whatever she's going to wear. So yeah, I'll send this off to her, and I'm sure that she will love it. So that's my second finished object. Then my third finished object is yarn that I spun. This fiber I bought at Woolcraft. And just to maybe compare, my first fiber set that I spun looks like this. So you can see there's a lot of overspun, underspun, thick parts, thin parts, but I love this. This is beautiful. I'm so proud of this. And then I proceeded with this. So there's not a lot of progression in terms of improvement, but for me spinning, I could feel the improvement in my spin, even though it's still a lot of overspun. But I actually love it. I really do. I want to show you where I've started. For instance, here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, where I started mixing the colors, going into a next color. So yes, I'm far away from where I want to be. I'm loving the process. It's very meditative, and it's so interesting. I would sit and spin for the one day, having, in my eyes at that point, made good yarn, consistent thread, thickness, and so forth. And then the next day, I will just the whole day struggle. It's been really overspun. And it feels like it goes around with your mood as well. So I try to not spin when I'm really stressed or frustrated. I think it makes a difference. But yeah, I don't have anything on, there's no whip currently in terms of spinning on my spinning wheel, because I just finished this prior to my surgery and I didn't want to really use my legs, my feet spinning. So when I'm totally recovered, I can't wait to start spinning again. So yeah, that is my third finished object. I'm very proud. Yeah, it's progress. It's progress. Alrighty, and then I have a last finished object, which is my first knitting design. I was in a meeting in June, sitting in a meeting. It's that meeting where I spilled my coffee. And, at some point, I think I started to just become lazy, or it was during lunchtime. I cannot remember. And I started doodling on my notes. And it just catched my eye. And then this pattern formed in my head. And I dotted it down that weekend and started knitting away. So I'm very, very excited. My first prototype, my first draft was done in this white color. So this is African Expressions Soul. I'm gonna show you the ball tag just now. And I did it first in white. I bought the white yarn at Colors of Amalfi. I will talk about it a bit later. And then the neon colors, remember I bought that at the Wool Festival, the Karoo Winter Wool Festival. But obviously the neon didn't really portray what I wanted. And I had a discussion with my friend Getruide from TIC TAC, and I bought the black yarn from African Expression Soul from I Love Yarn. And this is my new pattern design. TIC TAC Cowl. It's going to be tested. I've already asked for testers. I will choose testers probably this evening and let them all know. And yeah, so this design will probably come out in September month. But I'm really excited. I love the neon colors. It reminds me of 80s. And this Soul yarn, it's the first time I'm using Soul yarn. It's so lovely to work with. I really enjoyed working with this yarn. So this is the tag, African Expressions Soul. It's a blended yarn with 15% kit mohair, 15% silk, mulberry silk, 50% merino wool, and 20% polyamide. It's a lovely, lovely yarn. All right, so that's my new design. And then just in other news, my legacy cowl will be released, my pattern. It's a mosaic crochet pattern, will be released tomorrow, the 1st of August. And please watch out on my Instagram and Facebook, on my social media. There will be, probably for the first few days of it being published, I will be having a sale on this as well. Yes, I'm so excited about this. The pattern testers are amazing, and the photos they are sending me are just gorgeous. So I will be posting, probably from today onwards, I will be posting every day a pattern testers cowl, so that you can see the amazing work that they've done. It's truly, truly beautiful. And yeah, so that will be published. And then I was busy also restructuring the legacy cowl into a blanket. And I'm not into crocheting or knitting blankets currently. I just don't feel the joy for that currently. But I designed the pattern, I swatched everything to be able to know exactly how many stitches and to design my pattern properly. So I made the design, and my friend Elmarie crocheted up a blanket for me. So it will be the legacy. No, I'm so lying. It will be the warrior cowl. Did I say legacy cowl for this? No, it's a warrior cowl. I'm totally confused. All right, I'm so sorry. It's the warrior cowl. So my friend Elmarie, crocheted up the blanket for me. So I'm going to show you a sneak peek. I'm going to only show you properly when it's going to be released, and it's going to be probably released later this year. But it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So let me just show you maybe this. Elmarie is a trooper. She really did such a good job. This is made of Moya double knit cotton yarn. And that is all I'm going to show you. But it's beautiful. Elmarie, thank you. You're a rock star. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted in terms of this pattern, of the blanket. I have a copper pot that I inherited from my mom, that I keep all my bags in, my project bags, and now it's empty, and now I'm trying to put the blanket over, and now it makes a noise. I'm so sorry. All right, so that is all the news, patterns, joyful stuff. So let's start with works in progress, but let me just first have a sip of coffee. Oh, let me tell you, we're gonna announce the winner of the last episode, and then I have amazing yarns to give away for this episode. It's beautiful. Oh, yummy. So now the rest of the coffee is gonna probably be cold by the end of this episode again. All right, so let's start with crochet whips first. So I'm keeping this one, you know this, I'm very slow with this project, in my Murakuzi project bag. It's a great bag. I love this, love this project bag. And I'm making the Loveland shawl from TL Yarn Crafts, Tony. I always forget her name. Is it Tony Lipsy? TL Yarn Crafts. And I am progressing really well. This is my first Tunisian crochet project. It's really also learning. It's a process. It's a journey actually. But I'm really loving it. I am really loving the learning how to do this. So I started here. Yo, I'm very, dear oh my God, I'm very confused. Anyway, so you start the pattern there and then it goes down. The last time we spoke, I was at this point. So I really made a big progress from there. This is a marker from TIC TAC. It's a beautiful stitch marker. And I incorporated some color changes here, and then yet again also this side. What I can say, okay, let me just quickly talk about the yarn. I'm using bamboo cotton mix yarns from Nurturing Fibers and from Moya. So the one is Ecofusion, which is the 50% bamboo and 50% cotton mix from Ecofusion, from Nurturing Fibers. And then the other one, let me just see if I have a tag. Okay, let me show you this. Is the Moya Shimmer. It's also 50% cotton, 50% bamboo. It's one of my favorite plant-based natural yarns to work with. It's really soft and drapey, lovely to crochet or knit with. So I am now almost at the point, there's like lace work that's going to be coming in this pattern. So I'm almost at that point. I have a little bit less yarn to work with. I worked from my stash and I pulled out all the blues and the greens, the blue greenish colors. I don't know if you can see. And but I'm gonna roll with what I have, so it might be a little bit shorter than what the pattern describes or wants. The one thing that I noticed with me Tunisian crochet, so I wonder if I have a hook close by. Crochet hook. Okay, here it is. So normally when I crochet, okay, let me maybe start this. Let's maybe start it like this. There's a few different ways of holding your hook when you crochet. Some people hold the hook like this in a knife grip. You call it a knife grip. Other people's, like myself, use it in a pencil grip. This is my way of crocheting, so I have it in a pencil grip. It's not a very, I have a very loose way of holding my hook, so I'm not like doing this because that is not good for your hand to do this. It's create a lot of tension in your muscles. The same with a knife grip as well. But I know ergonomically people suggest, and people that is having problems with carpal tunnel syndrome and so forth, use the knife grip method. I struggle. But what is interesting to me is that when I'm doing Tunisian crochet, I'm actually using knife grip method, the knife grip way of, manipulating my hook. You just cannot do pencil grip. I don't know. It's not comfortable for me. So then I cannot crochet a long time using doing Tunisian crochet. my hand becomes really tired. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to the movements, you know. I need to have more, I have to exercise my hand in that way more so that I can be able to sustain a longer time crocheting. So yeah, that was quite interesting to me, that I'm having a knife grip while I'm Tunisian crochet, and when I'm normally crocheting, I'm doing pencil grip. So that's an interesting fact. So, but I'm loving this project. It's really drapey. And I mean, in the front, it looks like this is a knit Tunisian stitch. So it looks like knitwear or knitting, right? And even on the back, it looks like garter stitch. Yeah, at the back. So, no, it's really, really pretty. Yeah, that is my Tunisian crochet. I only have 4 whips, 2 knitting, 2 crochet. The one knitting I'm not going to show you. It is a possible design, so that I will not show you. Okay, so let me show you the other crochet project. I'm keeping this in my Estreza project bag, Estreza Yarn Creations project bag. Love this bag. And I'm working with, where's the tag? Taggy. There we go. I'm also using Estreza's yarn, the Clio base. Excuse me, it's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 3-ply sock weight. A lovely base to work with, and I love the colors of this. The colorway, it's just beautiful. She doesn't really name her colors, or they don't really name the colors. I'm keeping this in my a little twisted yarn hug. The yarn hug matches up so beautifully with the yarn. And I am crocheting the Playtime cowl from Knitty Natty. Natalie from Knitty Natty. She's got a podcast as well. And yes, this is the progress. So the pattern has 2 options. You can have a long cowl, which you can wrap twice around your neck, or then the single loop version, which I'm doing. It's really a great pattern. So easy. You don't have to look back at your pattern once you got all the stitches. You know what to do. Here I'm having a Itsy Klein stitch marker from one of the yarn boxes or sock boxes. I can't remember which one. So the pattern asks that you do the repeat 5 times or 4 times. So you have 4 of the crisscross sections. But at the end of that, I had 65 grams that I used of the cowl, of the yarn. So there was still yarn left, as you can see. And I'm going to try to see how long can I actually make the height of the cowl, and try to use the whole yarn, the whole 100 grams of yarn. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But it's really a great pattern. I love it. Yeah, I only had Tunisian crochet the one whip, and I was really missing some crochet projects, so this was just lovely to work with. And then the last whip I have is a knitting, it's a knitting, sorry, I just want to take off this thingy, it broke. A knitting project. So this is in my Naughty Habit project bag from the Yarn Club for last year, 2021. I love it. And if you can remember, in February, Mincy came to Bloemfontein visiting family, and she brought me a kit as a gift and a pattern. And I casted it on, and I'm loving it. All right, so let's talk about the pattern. So the pattern I'm having is from Juanita. Juanita is a South African designer. And this is the Knotty Road Trip scarf. And then the yarn that Mincy gave me, Mrs. Knotty, let me show you. It's not a plastic bag. So there's 10, 20 gram of these kitty-sized kitties of Knotty Habit yarn. And it's all blues and greens. She knows that I love blues and greens. So let me show you. Starting this project is not an easy task. You have to have stamina and patience because you are casting on more than 400 stitches. So during this week, I was either in bed or I came down the stairs. There's stairs here on my left side, and I would be sitting in the lazy boy for the rest of the day. And then when I'm done on the lazy boy in the evening, I'll just progress up to the bed again. That was my movement. So while I was on the lazy boy, I obviously had a lot of time then. I think it was Wednesday when I was really feeling like working on stuff. Then I cast it on. No, it was actually Thursday. I remember now, it was Thursday last week, or this week's Thursday. I love this yarn and the stoppers. I can't remember what they're called, but they're on the Knotty Habit website. So I just keep my needles proper and together. So this is a scarf. It's a 2-row repeat, which is so addictive. I'm really, really loving it. I hope you can see. So it's a 2-row repeat. You just repeat, 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 changing colors every second row. And oh, I love, love, love this pattern and this project. It's meditative. It's really, really a nice pattern. So I'm marking the front of my work with another Itsy Klein stitch marker. You know I love Itsy Klein. And that is all the projects. So now we can talk about the exciting gifts and acquisitions. Okay, but let me first have another sip of my coffee. I need coffee. It's still not cold, it's fine. Alrighty, gifts. So I was so fortunate having my birthday and having an amazing people in my life, friends and family that just know, you know, my heart beats with yarn. That's what I love. I love yarn fibers. And so, yeah, I really want to thank all my family and friends for just blessing me with this amazing gifts. All right, so firstly, my aunt and uncle bought me a gift voucher from another yarn shop here. It's a little bit farther away from me, more to the south. I'm in the north of Bloemfontein, and this shop is more to the south. It's called Abraham se Winkel. So my aunt sent me the details. I bought you a voucher. Go and have a look at Abraham se Winkel and get you something nice. Happy birthday. So obviously I went. I was so excited. And I bought this amazing bag of yarn. So maybe let me open it up to one side. This is the Alpaca blend and it's 5 skeins from Kartopu. It's Alpaca Sport. It's made in Turkey. And I love this grey, and it's so, so soft. So the blend is as follows. It's 60% acrylic yarn, 20% wool, and 20% alpaca. And if you want to maybe, I know that I am showing a lot of merino yarn and natural yarns, in this podcast. And for some people, it's just not, possible to buy merino yarn. Merino yarn is expensive. Acrylic yarn is so much cheaper. But if you are able to do so, try to do then a blend, acrylic with you know, an alpaca or a wool or something, or a cotton. It's much more cost efficient to do it like that than to just dive into straight alpaca or to straight into merino yarns. So I just love this. It's beautiful. I have 5 skeins. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with it. It's going to be a wearable. I think if I'm able to do a jersey or a sweater from this, that would be awesome, which I think it will be. I'll be able to do so. I just don't know what sweater yet. I want to knit one. It's going to be a knit sweater. I want to see the weight of the yarn. It feels like a double knit to me. Where does it show? Yeah, I think if it's 260 meters for 100 grams. I think this might be a double knit yarn. All right, so thank you so much to my aunt and to my uncle for this. Yeah, so I'm very excited. If you have any ideas of what I can knit, what sweater, please let me know. I just love this color. It's beautiful. It's really soft too. All right, so that is my one gift. My second gift is from my friend Lynn. She bought me a voucher from Big Fox Yarns. And you know I love Big Fox Yarns. I'm thinking now, where's the cats? The cats are missing in action today yet again. You're not going to have any cat action today. Pepper is probably sleeping in the sun. Katie, I think, is also sleeping in the sun. Maximus is probably with my husband. I'm so sorry. You're not going to have any cat action today. Okay, I'm interrupting myself. Big Fox Yarns. So she got me a voucher from Big Fox Yarns, and I got to redeem the voucher on their website, which is brand new. You can actually now order from them online. How amazing is that? So please go and have a look. So I bought these 3 skeins. All right, so the first one, so they are all superwash, 75% merino, 25% nylon. It's all fingering weight. Yeah, sock sport weight, 3-ply sock sport weight. There's 366 meters for 100 gram. So the first one I have here is called Forest Nymph. Forest Nymph. And it is just gorgeous. So Mr. Fox is an absolute wizard with yarns and colors. I'm telling you. This is Jewel Bug. Isn't this just gorgeous? I absolutely love it. And then the last game, excuse me, is called Cheeky Parrot. And doesn't it just look like a parrot? It's amazing. My hair is all over the place, so sorry. It's either my hair or the cat hair. It's beautiful. So Lynn, thank you so much for my gift. It really means a lot to me. Oh my word, just look at these two together. Oh, they're beautiful. Okay, so my strategy at this point is, I'm interrupting myself yet again. I'm not following proper procedure here. So all the yarns that I buy or been gifted, do you know that we have 2 months left? So it's August, September, and then in October it will be the make-along yet again, the annual make-along of Stephen West, the shawl make-along. And you know me, I am definitely going to participate. So please make sure that whatever knitting or crocheting project you have, that you complete them within the next 2 months. Because what I'd like to do is, prior to the make-along, I want to have everything off the needles or done with the project so that I can just focus on the one project, the one make-along project the shawl from Stephen West during October, so that I can, from week to week, I can have real good progression in the shawl, right? And my idea is, my hope is that when he gives guidance in terms of what yarns to use, what colors to use, types of yarns, speckled, solids, whatever, that I can actually dive into my stash and pull from that than buying yarn. That's my idea. I don't know if it's going to work. If I need to buy yarn and I'm not happy with what I have in my stash, which I love my stash, then I'll buy a kit or I'll buy yarn. It's fine. But my hope is that I'll be able to actually pull from all these special yarns. You know, maybe I can use this in the shawl. Don't you think it will be just so awesome? I think it will be amazing. So I hope that will be the case. Anyway, so I don't know what this will be yet. Oh, but this is beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Lynn. All right, so that is that. Then I got 2 birthday vouchers. One from Rosemary, my friend Rosemary, and also my friend Leanie. Leanie is from Independence Crochet. She's also got a podcast, so please go and have a look. She's amazing. Leanie and her husband Peter. So they gave me vouchers at Teresa Yarn Creations. And you know that is the most closed yarn dyer to me. Esther and Teresa is just a few kilometers, 50 kilometers away from us here in Bloemfontein. So then I had the opportunity to buy yarn from Teresa Yarn Creations as a gift. So let me show you what I got. Sorry for the crinkly. All right, so let me just think. I bought lace yarn from Teresa at the Winter Wool Festival. There's the lace yarn, which is called, let me just quickly grab it, Chantilly. So there's 700 meters for 100 gram on here. This is going to be a shawl someday. It's beautiful. And then, I don't know why, but I have a thing now for this very thin yarns. This is a Mira base from Teresa Yarn Creations, which is a cobweb weight. So it's even thinner than the lace. And there's 790 meters for 100 gram. This is a 80% superwash wool and 20% cashmere. It's luxurious. So luxurious. So I asked Esther and Teresa to just dye me something on this base. 3 skeins. Oh, everything is just falling off my lap. All right. So I don't know why. I have a thing for blue and pink and purple and greens. It's a thing. So I just said, buy me a fade, dye me a fade in those colors. So they had absolute, they can do what they want. And this is, then I bought 3 skeins of this, and this is the dyes, the fade set. It's beautiful. I love speckles also. Did I say that? I love speckles. So this is the first skein, and then it just becomes lighter and lighter. I just love this deep purple on this one. And then this skein. So this will be another shawl. I think I've got a Stephen West problem, shawls. All right, so that is the very lightest color. And then I bought 2 sock sets, Donna sock sets from Teresa Yarn Creations. This is both of them is, the Donna base is a 20% kit mohair, 25% nylon, and 55% superwash wool. It's a 4-ply sock weight. And honestly, so all the socks I've knitted in the past year, I'm wearing them every day. I love them all, but I have to say the socks that has the mohair content as well is just really, really amazing. They're even more warmer, but not so that your feet doesn't overheat with either the merino nylon base or the merino with the mohair content. It doesn't overheat. It's amazing. When you're going to wear this knitted socks, merino socks, please knit a pair and spend the money, buy merino, do your own socks, knit your own socks, and then just let me know what you think. I have comments like, people will tell me, oh my word, this kind of yarn, say for instance, this is typical sock yarn, right? It's so beautiful. How can you walk on it? Why can't you do this for yourself? Why can't you have a proper pair of socks? It's beautiful, and you're not going to be wanting to wear any other socks ever again. So, but I have to say that my socks with mohair in it is just leveling up. So I wanted to buy more of this base so that I can make myself more knitted socks with this yarn base. So this is beautiful, yet again blue and purple. I know it's a problem. And then this pink and peachy brown colorway. It's beautiful. So this will be definitely socks for sure, unless this is working out to be forming part of the shawl for the make along. But no, I want to make socks with this. So thank you so much, Rosemary and Leanie and Peter, for blessing me with this amazing gift. That's amazing. My yarn stash is just getting more full, my cabinet. I'm trying not to buy yarn, but it's difficult. But I mean, I'm happy to get the gifts. It's such a joy. Then the last gift I got is a very special gift because it's an already made project. So I got this from my friend Edith. She made it. It's the Fynbos shawl. I hope I have it right. This pattern is from Sweet Crochet Dreams, Mariana Miller. She's a South African designer, crochet designer. And Edith used merino linen. I love merino linen base yarns. This is the 90% merino, 10% linen base from Naughty Habit. And you can also see it's the broomstick method, which Mariana does a lot of broomstick pattern, crochet patterns. Please I'll go and have a look. So I haven't tried that actually, to be able to do that. But now I have this amazing shawl. So Edith, thank you so much. It's so special to get a gift like this, an already made item, because it's been made with love. So for me, this is truly, truly special. I really love it. And look at the colors also. It's so rich, right? It's beautiful. Maybe let me show you closer. It's a beautiful pattern. And Edith is a master crocheter. She's really amazing. Right. Then let's talk about the things that I bought. So firstly, I bought a gift from, no, not a gift, myself a gift from Colors of Amalfi. I've been eyeing her yarn balls she has in her shop. I believe her husband is making these yarn balls, and it truly is a work of art. So at long last, I was able to buy a yarn ball from her. And like I said in the beginning, I bought the white African Expressions yarn from Colors of Amalfi. So this is the white I bought. I think I bought 2 balls or 3 balls. I can't remember. But it's not a problem. It will be socks. It will be socks. The remaining one will be socks. And it's great for socks. This is great sock yarn. And I also bought a needle protector. So I like to knit with wooden needles and not, you know, metal ones. So the problem you have is when you are traveling or in the bag or whatever, you can really maybe just sit on your bag or put your bag in a very awkward place and you can knock your needles in half. So this is circular needle protectors. So you just pop in. I haven't even opened it because I wanted to show you. Let me open it up. So I bought this from her online shop. I'm so sorry. It's a lot of crinkling. There we go. So it's a hollow piece. And you just pop your needles in there, and then it obviously protects your needles from breakage. So this was a very important thing for me to get. Luckily, I have not traveled really this past few weeks, so it was not necessary, as you can see, for me to take it out of the bag. But it's definite. Yeah, when I am on the plane or traveling, then this is really needed for me. So I'm very happy about this purchase. And then she also sent me a gift. She knew it was my birthday, and she gifted me a tulip. A tulip Etimo rose pink 3.5mm hook. And I've used it and I love it. You'll remember that I tried to crochet with a red hook, a red tulip, and I was really struggling because it felt like it was not gliding through the yarn. But this is amazing. I love the pink rose normal metal hook. It's really, really nice. So Mariki, thank you so much for this gift. But then the highlights, the star, is the yarn bowl. Can we just please appreciate this yarn bowl? I have now all the things in here. Look at this beauty. I just love that this yarn bowl is not symmetrical or perfect. I had a choice between a perfect, and I mean the other yarn bowl is also beautiful. But I just love this non-symmetrical edge and non-perfection almost. It's so light and it's a dream. It's really a dream. So I love it. I felt like a queen when it arrived because I've been wanting a proper yarn bowl, a wooden one, since 2017, since I started crocheting. So this for me is it's really special to me. Yeah, so if you want to have a yarn bowl, I know that when Colors of Amalfi is having a stoepmark together with Naughty Habit monthly, that she brings out the yarn bowls, and yeah, this is really a special gift to myself. All right, then I also bought, so you know the yarn boxes from Naughty Habit and the sock boxes, I normally buy them in advance, so I forget what colorwise I picked. So when I get my bonus or some extra money, I put it in my savings account up until it's announced when the Naughty Habit boxes comes out, and then I buy them once off for the year. So I forget the colorways that I normally chose, and but this year, you'll remember last year I did all the sock boxes, and this year I also bought all the sock boxes, one of each quarter yet again. But when I saw the yarn boxes and I saw this specific yarn box, I knew I had to buy not only one but two boxes, because I preempted or knew the work that will be going into this box. into this yarn box from Naughty Habit, and that it will be really special. So this was a mold box, meaning you have two different colors, single yarns that will be plied together. And I mean, I love putting yarns together when I work, when I'm either crocheting or knitting, to get a more colorful mold look. Please don't be scared to play with colors. That it will be my tip to you, my suggestion to you. So when I saw this as part of quarter 2, is it quarter 2? No, we are in quarter 3 now. That will be the boxes for quarter 3. I knew I had to buy not only 1, but 2 boxes. So for me, I see these 2 boxes as collector's items. I really, really do. It's the same as with the H2H yarns from Estereza Yarn Creations, you know, where it's really so special. So these are collector's items, and I'm not regretting that I bought 2. I have plans for this yarn. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me show you the first box. So the first one is the yarn box for Lavender and Sage. Let's have a look. Oh yes, I got a card. I can't remember what Mrs. Naughty told me. What did she say? Oh, she always writes cards. That is so special. To do that for all your boxes, that's amazing. All right, so before we get to the star of the box, let's quickly talk about, okay, I already ate the cookies. I think I left the other one in, but I will show you just now. The cookies are so yummy. I just couldn't resist. All right, so the first thing you have is the handmade olive oil liquid soap from Olyfenbos. Then a taggy, what do you call this? A pin. Naughty Habits, Die Hard. The Yarn Club pin. I hope you can see nicely. And then the Itsy Klein stitch marker, which is so special. Right? And then People's. The yarn. So this is Lavender and Sage. And you can see the ply of the yarn there. It is gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to show it together with the other set that I got. So then I also bought the potpourri and cranberry box. All right. So before let me show you the cookie. I'm going to open this cookie now. So the same, you know, this lotion, Naughty Habit Die Hard. Look at this Itsy Klein stitch marker. And then Blue Spoons also put something into the box. And this is my favorite. I'm gonna have it now. Okay, but let's not forget about the yarn. This is the potpourri and cranberry box. It's gorgeous. And I deliberately bought these 2 colorways because look at that. It can work together. Isn't it just gorgeous? Okay, so let me talk about the yarn. It's a 2-ply mold sock, superwash 100% merino base. So the meterage is 200 grams, which is 100, and that makes for about 650 meters. So the same for this. So my idea is I'm gonna knit the shift. It's a cowl from Andrea Mallory, and I will probably be able to knit myself 2 cowls if I'm remembering the pattern together and the amount of meterage I need. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. It's so special. So special. If you didn't order a box, you really missed out if you normally buy these boxes. So yeah, I really believe it's collector's items, but I will be making the shift from Andrea Mowry. I'm so excited. All right, then let me just have another cup of coffee. Another cup. I don't know how long I'm recording. I can't see. So I truly apologize if it's a long episode. I hope you have coffee and are knitting or crocheting something. Will it be really rude if I eat my cookies? Let me not do that. Okay, let me not do that. Then I got the Sock Club box for Q3 as well, which is my regular. I always buy a sock box for every corner, for every quarter. And this time around, I've got the masala and chili box. So you know what some people do? Some people buy a box for every quarter and they make the colorway exactly the same. So then by the end of the year, they have a lot of yarn in the same colors, you know, that they can work together in either a sweater or whatever. So that's such a great plan to do that. So if you're maybe thinking about next year. So the masala and chili box. Okay, let me show you. Oh my goodness, there's another cookie in there. Okay, before I show you the yarn, let's talk about what is in here. So again, olive oil liquid soap from Olyfenbos. Oh, and did I say that each box also comes with a voucher? I've already used the other 2 vouchers. And then blue spoons. This is the nicest, most delicious cookies. They're going to be eaten also. Then another taggy or pin, Naughty Sock Club pin. Right, and this is so beautiful. I love this markers for the Sock Club. It has this white middle part, and I don't know, it's just beautiful. I love this one. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about the yarn. Masala and chili. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is a fingering 3-ply superwash, 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it comes with 1 75 gram, which is this speckled yarn, and then 2 25 grams. So this is both 25 grams. Oh my goodness, and I just love this 25 gram. This is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous set. So pretty. So I'm loving this. All right, and then the last. Oh, this is the sole I bought from I Love Yarn. I think I told you about for my pattern. And then this one is also an extremely special box. So Annelie Unraveled prepares fiber to be able to spin. Sometimes she also has hand spun yarn in her shop, which is extremely special. So I was trying to participate in the Tour de Fleece for July, meaning from the 1st to the 22nd of July, as per the Tour de France, the bicycle sport event. You spin your fleece, your fiber into hand spun yarns. So I'm a newbie in the spinning, so I did that finished yarn that I showed you in the beginning of the episode, but I bought fiber from her, which she had fiber set up specifically for Tour de Fleece. So let me show you the fiber that I got from her. All right, and this is super special. So I'm already dreaming up these yarns. Okay, let me put it down nicely. Oh no, there's really no space. So I bought this green braided fleece from her. It's so soft. This is a Amazon colorway. So you can see it's braided like this, rolled into this. It's Amazon colorway superwash merino. This is 70 grams of fiber. From Annelie Unraveled. I think this is going to be my next project, my spinning project. So beautiful. And then I bought these two braided fibers also from her. Annelie Unraveled. Just look at these colors. It's beautiful. This is a roses colorway. This is superwash merino. I don't have the exact amount of weight, the grams. But just look at that. It's beautiful. Then she sent me a card. She said, "Thank you so much for your support." And she's so happy to be part of my new adventure, which is really a new adventure. So lovely. Right, so I bought this from her. It's a Rolag. I hope I have the name right now. Just look at how beautiful this is. This is Cranberry Canary. It's a 50, yeah, it's a Rolag. It's a 54 grams Rolag. This is a non-superwash merino. So when I went onto a shop, I really wanted to have something also non-superwash. I want to, at some point, spin that, and I also want to knit with that so that I can have that non-superwash experience. I really want to have some yarns which is non-superwash. When you're doing color work, knitting color work, and you have non-superwash yarns, the yarns grab onto each other much better, and then don't move out of place. I hope I'm saying this correctly or explaining it correctly. So I want to dive into the non-superwash wool at some point and creating wearables with that. All right, so this is the Rolag. It's beautiful. I think when it's spun up, it's going to be magnificent. And then the last Rolag I got, it's also non-superwash, is this teal blue color. It's called Red Streak. And then just there, it's Red Streak. It's beautiful. So this is a non-superwash Rolag merino. It's 34 grams. So this is really just a little tad bit. But I think spinning this will be a dream. It's going to be beautiful. And I think that is all the things. No, I am lying. It's not. It is not. Talking nonsense. So remember I said I went to Anna Patat's shop. And obviously, what do you do when you're in a yarn shop? You buy yarn, right? Well, I did. So I bought yarn from Yellow Cottage Yarns. And the yarn that I bought will be gifted in this episode. I think you are going to love it. So I'm going to show you in a bit what that is all about. But before I do that, and I'll show you the acquisition, and which is going to be a yarn giveaway, let me talk about who won for the last episode. Oh, there's something else. I forgot. Before I do that, there's something lying on the floor which I didn't show you. Naughty Habit. I bought these two yarn cozies from Naughty Habit. Right, it's a 100 gram cozy, and this is the 50 gram cozy. It's Naughty Habit is supporting cancer awareness, and so it's the cancer cozies. You will see it talks here, keep fighting, You don't fight alone. I don't see other thingies that I can read to you now, but this is in support to cancer. So what happens is when you buy these yarn cozies from Naughty Habit, from your payment, 5 Rand is donated, and then Mrs. Naughty match your 5 Rand. So from your sale, 10 Rand goes towards cancer. Isn't that just amazing? So obviously I had to support that. Yeah, so you can look on the Naughty Habit website and then buy your cancer cozies and be supportive to cancer. All right, so that's the last thing. Let me just check that I haven't missed something. I think I've got it all now. All right, so the previous episode, we'll be giving away the Crochet Project Journal, and then this Fills hook. And the winner for that is... I just did the winner from Comment Picker prior to starting the podcast. All right, it is Mariken Dippenaar. She says, hi, thank you for a lovely podcast. I just started following you. Most of the time I'm on a very tight budget. So I always try to first decide on a pattern and then to buy the yarn. So the question was, how do you go about buying yarn? Do you buy yarn and then you just look for a pattern, or do you look for a pattern first and then you buy yarn according to the pattern? How do you acquire your yarn? That was basically the question. So that is Mariken's answer. Mariken, congratulations. I really hope that you will love to work with the journal as well as the Fills hook. I know that you will love both of them. And thank you so much for watching, and please send me an email to sales@mypalin.com so that we can get in touch, so that I can get your contact number, your address to where you want me to send the package to. And yes, I hope you will enjoy it, and thank you so much for following me. All right, so congratulations. So that was a very interesting conversation on that podcast, on that episode, in terms of how do you acquire your yarn. Some people just love the yarn, you know, they see it and then they buy the yarn because it's pretty, and then they think about patterns. And other people like Mariken, you know, first have a pattern in mind and then she'll buy explicitly the wool or the yarn for that pattern in mind. All right, so that was interesting. And it just really depends on where you are in your life. You know, sometimes you're able to buy a little bit more yarn than you used to, or sometimes you're on a budget, or some people wants to live more minimalistic and get rid of their yarns, you know, and not buy yarn, like Nitty Natty. And it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you do you and what you love to do. Yeah, and when you're able to buy yarn, it's a blessing. So please appreciate your yarns that you do have in your stash, like I do. I really do appreciate my yarns, and I know it's a blessing. And it's also a blessing giving away yarn on this podcast for you to be able to appreciate it if you may be on a tight budget. So I just love that. Alrighty, so the yarn that I'm going to give away this episode is the following. So it's in 2 bags because it's 2 different packages. So the first set of yarn, so let's talk about the yarn first. This is from Yellow Cottage Yarns, and now let me just hold my finger on the price. It's this beautiful box of yarns, which is 250 grams and a mini skein of about 20 to 25 grams. And then I bought this mini skein as well because it was so beautiful, and I actually wanted it for myself. And when I looked at afterwards at what I bought, I realized, but this also fits so perfectly with the skein. So I'm going to give this as well. This is another about 25 grams. So this is basically 350 grams of yarn that you will be able to make into a project. All right. So I haven't even thought about how we're going to give this away. So let me first show you, and then we can sort of brainstorm together. Well, it's actually me alone, but let's just pretend that you are talking to me right now. All right, so the second set is, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I just love this. All right, so the second set, which is the second prize, or the second, not first and second prize, it's just second set, is this colors. So this is all cotton, right? This is a limited edition, 100% cotton DK high hand dyed, and this is 50 grams. So it's 450 grams. Just look at this. Oh my word, it's beautiful. I think if you're going to use it together, it's going to be absolutely marvelous. And then also together with it, it is this 50 gram, also another DK. This colorway is Night Out. So this is a special edition yarn. It doesn't have a color name. This one is also a special edition. This is also a special edition. And then this one is called Duckling Fluff. It's so cute. Carrie is also magnificent at her colors. She's really amazing. So this will be the second set. So let's say this is just to make it easier, it maybe looks like a peach more. Let's say this is the orange set, and then let's talk about this as the pink set. So what will we do? What will we do? You'll obviously have to comment and like the post, the video on YouTube. And yes, maybe tell me what you will be making with this prize. What prize would you like? The pink one or the orange one? And then what you will make, either knit or crochet. I don't know, maybe you weave. But what will you make with this? So this will be up for grabs, and then I'll announce the winner in the next episode. I'm so sorry, but this is I'm only able to send off and courier the prizes within South Africa. It's quite pricey to do so, or to send the prizes overseas. So I'm so sorry for our international viewers. Yeah, and then you can let me know what you think about all the things that I've shown you. And thank you so much for spending time with me. Please hang out for the last bit, which is the videos and the scenery I took at Alpaca. And then I will see you next time. Please go well. Bye.
Quando o piano já não quer mais tocar e as teclas pretas não saem do lugar, quando o corno inglês ter que ir pro xadrez, porque não tem mais onde ficar. Quando o prelúdio nem começar e a semibreve cansar de respirar, quando o trombone não quis cercada por gente, não parece nem um pouco com o que a gente sente. Se foi uma ilusão,